Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 4 build video. Today we're gonna explore the Firewall build. So we are doing solely Firewall damage. We have a little bit of Ice Blades right here, but mostly our damage comes from Firewall. And with that, let's dive into the skill tree. It's actually fairly similar overall with the Incinerate build because we are doing burning damage. We only have like something here to progress. It doesn't really matter. We are not using these enchants. Then we get one Devastation, 3 Environmental Dominance because we want to progress further. We don't use any of these core skills, although these here are also core skills now, but none of these here. And then all defensive skills with 5 into Frost Nova. We have Shimmering Teleport. We have Mystical Ice Armor. Although an argument can be made for Shimmering Ice Armor, I feel like both are viable right here. Mystical Frost Nova, then Ice Blades with Summoned Ice Blades, Conjuration Mastery to just get a little bit more damage in, and then of course Mana Shield and Protection. We got Inner Flames, we also got 4 from our Amulet right here. Then we got a whooping 13 to Firewall. It actually can spawn on boots. I don't have plus core skills on my gloves, which can also contribute to Firewall. Because it's a core skill and a mastery skill. And then enhanced and mage's Firewall right here. We also got Hoarfrost in case we chill the enemy. That's where Mystical Ice Armor comes in clutch. And then also, of course, Frost Nova for more damage. Then these passives right here: Pretty Surge, Soulfire, Endless Pyre. Womp is nice, but not really necessary. I got some of my for my Amulet, which I didn't really want to, but it's what Tempering gave me. And then Combustion for more damage. Burning damage, that is. Moving on to the Paragon board, it's actually the same as the Incinerate. I haven't changed it much because, again, in essence, we're just looking for the same things. Something that enhances burning damage and non-physical damage and so on. We got Tactician right here. We got the Burning Instinct node that gives us a whooping 156% X damage multiplier, which in future patches will be nerfed to be capped at 40. So we enjoy it as long as it lasts. Destruction to further increase our crit strike damage, which helps with Burning Instinct node with nothing really else because we're not critting with burning damage. Then Control Glyph right here, which helps us again with the crowd control. Then we have a Pyromaniac. And, well, Pyromaniac actually, yeah, it's also for Incinerate and Pyromancy skills. So every time we cast a Firewall, our fire damage goes up to 10x, so that's good. We got the Frigid Fate right here. We got Enchanter, because I kind of like it with the non-phys damage, and it gives us a lot of Frigid Fate bonus. And I also got these non-physical damage nodes right here, and I think we also need them. Yeah, they all enhance our Frigid Fate to the max cap of 30x. And then lastly, I also got the Exploit Glyph right here. Moving on to the items, you got the Harlequin's Crest and the Tyrell's Might. We don't really need Tyrell's Might actually. Maybe I will swap it out. Just gives you more protection. You can run, for example, Arraignment of the Infinite if you want more damage because it gives +2 glass cannon, but you have less protection. And Harlequin's Crest is also not mandatory. You can run anything with cooldown reduction, mana per second, intelligence, and then give it ever-living aspect, or we have the ever-living here, give it the concentration aspect, which gives you damage reduction when you summon a conjuration. So I just conveniently have these, but again, they are not mandatory, especially not for Nightmare Dungeon tier 100. Then what you want on gloves is Conceited, for example, and then attack speed, intelligence, and plus core skills. You don't really need max life, but yeah, I didn't have the exact perfect gloves in my stash, so there you go. I mean, this is the exchange. I got Harlequin's Crest, gives 4 skills. I don't have core skills here, so it kind of evens out. And yeah, you want to roll something damage to close enemies or like fire damage over time. Damage to close enemies is nice because it can roll higher, and we are almost always close to our enemies with our Firewall. Then I got these armor rolls with ever living on my pants because I need to hit armor cap, which we like are a little bit over cap, but that's okay. And then here again on shoes you can get +2 Firewall, which is pretty nice. And then you want like movement speed, and then maybe intelligence or mana per second. I saw with my gear, because I don't have mana per second either on pants or on... can I even spawn on pants? I guess not on shoes or on these parts here. I struggle a bit with mana management, but it's okay. And then you can either run a one-handed and a focus, or you can run two-handed. I'm guessing one-handed focus is a little bit better in evening out the aspects, or distributing the aspects. I have the engulfing flames right here. You can run like conceited and control on focus and wand if you want. And then looking for something like damage over time, intelligence, cooldown reduction on your focus, of course, is valuable. I have damage and crit strike damage here. Same staff that I use with Incinerate, which also works here, gives me a huge bonus to Burning Instinct right now. And then my amulet has enough flames that has a chance to make enemies vulnerable, and also cooldown reduction, fire damage over time, and as I said, warmth. And I got the shredding blades right here. It gives me more damage against vulnerable. You can also use the storm swell here. It's really like mix it as you like it. It's not really fixed in stone where these aspects land. It's really not that much of a difference. Then I got control here. We also got attack speed here. Why do we get attack speed? Because we need to cast a lot of firewalls, and I think our attack speed is pretty low, but it's still okay. And then of course Tarashas. You can also run X-Folds, which gives you like a little bit of chance to have like a bursting effect on your dots, like direct damage. And then also X-Folds provides you with cooldown reduction, which is pretty nice. But I think an aspect on your ring is also pretty comparable. So there you go. This is the gear. And then, I don't know, do we have any potion? Not really. Let's get the movement speed potion just for fun. And then it's basically pretty straightforward. Well, we're casting a lot of firewalls, and we're casting ice blades. Make sure to every now and then cast some cooldown, so we can get our barrier from Mana Shield, I think it was. Not Mana Shield, the other one. I forgot what it's called, the passive that gives you a shield when you use a cooldown. Because we want to have conceited up, which gives us a 25% damage multiplier. So as you can see, playing with controller is not the greatest build to play with controller, since we can... I don't know, I want the want the fireball in front of me, and it's casting it anywhere but. So let's try with mouse and keyboard right here. There are really some builds that are not very well suited for controller play. Oh, we got ourselves a prisoner nightmare dungeon. Or is it just a nightmare? So now I can more freely aim. And if I have more attacks, you can also proc turrets more. If you have that, it's kind of neat. Again, not mandatory at all. It's a cool little bonus. And I just like to run it since I found it to get my defenses covered. But I understand not everybody has that uber unique. And as always, you can find a build link in the description below. And yeah, overall, Firewall, not the strongest. I don't have perfect gear, but I think I have pretty good gear. And for that, it's a bit underwhelming. Because with Incinerate, we're just melting everything pretty easily. The advantage with Firewall is that we are more mobile. We don't have to stand. We just have to cast, and then we can walk around. So in terms of survivability, it's a bit better. It does come with less damage reduction because Incinerate has inherent damage reduction properties if you channel, and also if you damage with the burning effect from Incinerate, enemies deal less damage. But is it worth it to have like the mobility but less damage, and then I have to like walk around like this? I mean, it is pretty, how do I say, not that comfortable, but I mean, it's pretty easy, I guess. It's kind of easier to navigate in a way. You have to navigate it, and Incinerate, you have to also move a lot. Yeah, you move out of stuff, time your defensive skills better, time your dodges very well, and here, I mean, you just run around, like, that's not a problem. at all. It really comes down to preference, what you like better. Me personally, I kinda enjoy Firewall for what it is.
I need time to prepare that.
But Incinerate is, yeah, it kinda feels more powerful, and I wanna feel powerful in this game, right? So if you wanna check out the Incinerate build, make sure to check out the link in the description below or at the end of this video. I will link the Incinerate build where I clear a tier 100 pit, not Nightmare Dungeon. We'll probably also clear some some pit with this build. I reckon you can go like up to tier 80 at least, maybe more if you're like more patient. At least with my gear right here, and I think I'm gonna cut this part out because I have to walk so long. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's hard to be talking and playing at the same time. I am considering just, you know, creating some B-roll and then talk through the video. That might be a possibility in the future. Let me know what you think about that. Or in general, and more interesting, let me know what you think about this build. And maybe you are running Firewall, maybe you ran it as a leveling build, because it's leveling, it is pretty powerful. You can use it very early on. There are some nice aspects that help with mana management that make it a super viable leveling build, if anything. But I think Incinerate is stronger as leveling. As soon as you get, like, I think the Flamethrowers aspect, it's very, very smooth.
I'm not ready yet.
And I almost never play with mouse and keyboard. I don't know what happens. I cannot see anything. I think there was a ground effect, but there's just too many fireballs. Like, how am I supposed to see that? I think that's another disadvantage of Firewall. I'm really not selling this build to you right now. But hey, I'm just giving you the reality of things. I feel that's important. I see a lot of videos that just say like, oh, this build is doing like tons and tons of damage and billions of damage and it's so good, it's so good. And then you see like only a clip of how they've defeated boss, and you see they already died before, and then they probably took like 10 minutes to reach the boss. But yes, you can go full damage with a build, and it's amazing. But it comes with its disadvantages, right? I just want to show like how good is Firewall. Is it worth investing into this build? And probably not as much as in other builds. But this is kind of nice. I mean, this boss fight was kind of smooth. I really like that. It kind of has its merits. But overall, I feel like there are better builds out there. Anyways, if you watched until this part, even though I died 2 times, or was it 3? I think 2 times. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. And I see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.